नमः। ॐ सरस्वती नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us take in Shivashakti with deep 5 breaths. Om Shivashakti Om. 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 त्वं ब्रह्मा सृष्टिकर्ता च त्वं विष्णु परिपालकः त्वं शिवः शिवदोऽनन्तः सर्वसंहारकारकः त्वमीश्वरो गुणातीतो ज्योतिरूपः सनातनः प्रकृतिः प्रकृतिशश्च प्राकृतः प्रकृतेः परः नानारूपविधाता त्वं भक्तानां ध्यानहेतवे येषु रूपेषु यत्प्रीतिः तत्तद्रूपं बिभर्षि च प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते प्रमुख्योऽहम् तेषामपि किमुत बन्धुत्वमनयोः त्वय्यैव क्षन्तव्याः शिव मदपराधाश्च सकलाः प्रयत्नात् कर्तव्यम् मदवनमियम् बन्धुसरणिः.
प्रभुस्त्वं दीनानां खलु परमबन्धुः पशुपते. O Pashupate, you are the closest relative to all Dina. Deenanam means to all poor, helpless, miserable. And you are the Prabhu. Prabhustvam, you are the Lord. You are the one who is taking care of all Dina. Dina means who is in helpless position. For that matter, all Jivatmas are Dina. And because you are Pashupati, you are the Lord of all living beings, all creatures who are all Dina. Please, you are the one who is protecting. Pramukyoham teshamapi. I am the foremost leader like Dina among all creatures. Pramukyoham. I am the Pramukha of all the Dinas. Kimuta bandhutvam anayoho. Uta means to say. What else is there to say about our relationship? You are the closest to me. Paramabandhu. Tvayyaiva kshantavyaha Shiva. O Shiva, you are the one who has to pardon all my aparadha. Tvayyaiva, you alone, you only can pardon. Mad aparadhascha. It is not one aparadha. Aparadhascha sakalaha. All the mistakes, sins which I have committed, only you can forgive, pardon me. Prayatnat kartavyam. No doubt. You pardoning can happen only by your prayatna, by your effort. Because I have done so much of aparadha in so many different dimensions that only you can pardon me, pardon my mistakes, sins, by putting your effort. Mat avanam iyam bandhu saranihi. And you have to protect me. Avana is protecting. You have to protect me. Not only that, you have to protect the bandhu sarani, the relationship what we are having. You are the one who has to safeguard it. So here we can understand Paramabandhu. Shiva is our Paramabandhu for all Dinas. Dina, all the Jivatmas who are going the turmoil of the samsara. How is he Paramabandhu? He is residing in everyone, without any discrimination. In the form of Atma, he is very much within. everyone. And he is the only one who never leaves the hand of anyone without discrimination. It is out of his compassion. Shiva, he is auspicious. He is Pashupate, one who takes care of all forms of life which is present in this manifested world. So, we can understand who can be called Dina. In the human society, we call a person poor when he is poor with material wealth. When a person is very low, very poor in his spiritual wealth, he is the lowest. Because that spiritual wealth is not with that person. The mind will be always pulled down towards tamasa guna, and it is always trying to get engaged in the worldly pleasures, and thus that person's mind is away from the Parama Bandhu, who is Atma. Why is it happening? Because all Jivatmas are getting connected very closely, thinking that this body is my Parama Bandhu, this mind is my Parama Bandhu, because of which we are living an ignorant life, because that is not the eternal truth. I am not body, I am not the mind. Body and mind are only instruments which I have to use to experiment in this world. But I am becoming Paramabandhu of body and mind, because of which I am forgetting and going away from Shiva, Atma, Paramabandhu. And thus I have been living as Dina for so many janmas. So the first step is to know that I am the limited Jivatma who has the potential of being eternally free, vast, blissful, spiritual being. I have that potential in me. Everyone has that potential. Every creature has that potential, because we are carrying that potential in the form of Shiva within us. And thus he is the Paramabandhu. Prabhustvam Deenanam Khalu Paramabandhu, O Pashupati. You are indeed the Prabhu. PramukhyOham Teshamapi. Because I have realized my sins, my mistakes, I am coming and running towards you, Shiva, and thus I am standing in front as a Pramukha. Isn't it? When there are thousands of people who are deep in the pleasures of world, if a person realizes, this pleasure is not the one which I am really seeking. It is not permanent. No more I am interested in this worldly pleasures. What am I doing? What should I do? That is the first step. realizing what I am doing the mistake. So I get out of those 1,000 people and stand in front of Shiva, which is Paramabandhu, and say, I am the Pramukha, and I was with all these 1,000 people. And please recognize that Paramabandhutva relationship between us. And what else can I say about our relationship, Paramabandhutvam, other than the Paramabandhutva, the relation between Atma and I as Jivatma. Nothing else matters. So what is the use of talking about any other thing? Tvayyaiva kshantavyaha Shiva mat aparadhascha sakalaha. So here, Tvayyaiva kshantavyaha. He is Shiva in the form of Atma, who is giving the consciousness to the mind, intellect, to the ego, and to Indriyas, to the body, and making the world become alive. So whatever I'm doing through the body and the mind, he is the controller. Consciousness is the controller. But without understanding that, without realizing that point, I am becoming the body. I am becoming the mind. With the sense perceptions in the mind, it is telling all the 5 indriyas to go towards the objects and become heavily engaged with the objects. That is the Mahaparadha which I am doing. Recognizing I am the body, I am the mind is the first Mahaparada. That is giving rise to many other aparadhas because of ignorance. I am carrying on the samsara, that is birth and death for so many janmas. So all the aparadhas which are caused by this Mahaparada, you are the only one who can pardon. Prayatnat kartavyam mat avanam iyam bandhu saranihi. I am so helpless. Even if I know intellectually, I am not able to put it to practice, bring it into practice, live the knowledge which I am storing as information in my intellect. That is of no use. Nowhere I am progressing. I am stuck. You are the one who has to do lots of prayatna, that is putting lots of effort, which you are capable of. So you have to protect me, your Paramabandhu. Paramabandhu, the relationship between Shiva and Jivatma has no formality or any barrier. It is the ignorance which is bringing the barrier. With that ignorance, I am leading the life as though there are so many relationships with different people. Mother, child, husband and wife, the friends, the enemies, all these relationships will come to an end at one point or the other, isn't it? The parents will not be there eternally with us. For every Janma also, the parents will keep changing. Even the spouse, they also keep changing. So everyone will leave the hand at one point or the other. But Shiva, in the form of Atma, who is Parama Bandhu, we don't have any barrier with him. No limit to our closeness. Don't enter into my space, I won't say. Because Shiva and me, both of us are within. Parama Bandhu. So that relationship, Shiva, you have to protect with putting the effort on yourself. And also aparadha, it is not just one. For so many janmas, because we have been carrying on the sinful acts through kaya, vacha, manasa, it is going on and on and on. So sakala is also limitless, sakala aparadha. And it is so much. Only the unmanifested, eternal Atma, which is Paramatma, Shiva, can act on it. उपेक्षा नो चेत् किं न हरसि भवद्ध्यान विमुखाम् दुराशा भूयिष्ठाम् विधिलिपिमशक्तो यदि भवान् शिरस्त्वद्वैधात्रम् न खलु सुवृत्तं पशुपते कथं वा निर्यत्नं करनखमुखेनैव लुलितम्. O Pashupate, upeksha no chet kim? Why are you so indifferent in not destroying, wiping out? Naharasi, not wiping it out, destroying. Bhavat dhyana vimukham. The fate of vidhilipim. Vidhilipi means the fate written by Vidhi, that is Brahma. Bhavat dhyana vimukham. The Vidhilipi of the people like me who are away from your dhyana, away from the focus on Shiva. Why you are not wiping out that fate, that destiny written by Brahma? Upeksha no chet. Kim? Why is this indifference? Na harasi bhavad dhyana vimukham durasha bhuishtham, means durasha bhuishtham, one who is filled with venomous desires, greed. So much is there in heart. And vidhilipim, that is the destiny written by Brahma. Ashakto yadi bhavan. Do you want to say that you are not capable of it? You are ashakta. You don't have the capacity or power. Is that so? Why is this indifference? Shiras tad vaidhatram Na nakhalu suvrittam pashupate katham va niryatnam karanakha mukhenaiva dulitam. Shirastadvaidhatram, that fifth head of Brahma, na khalu suvrittam pashupate, didn't you cut off that head, the fifth head or the fifth face of Brahma, which was very strong and sturdy. Suvrittam, sturdy. O Pashupate, Katham va niryatnam, that too without any effort, with the karanakha mukhenaiva, with the tips of your nails, you just cut off that head, which was very strong, of that Brahman. How could you do that? That means when you have the power to cut off the fifth head just with the tips of your nails without any effort of that Brahma, who writes such strong destiny, which are very pathetic, and it creates Dina in the world. How come you are neglecting my fate? In front of Brahma, who am I? Your effort should be so easy. If you are capable of doing that, why are you showing this indifference towards me? It is Shankaracharya who is telling it. So, before we go further, I want to talk a little bit in detail the greatness of Shankaracharya, which will help us to grow in his footsteps. So when we are talking about this, it is nothing but contemplative meditation, which we are all doing right now. So I thought it is necessary to dwell on it with little more detail. Shankaracharya. In this Shivanandalahari, we are seeing so many words which he is using. I am Daridra, I am Dina, I am greedy with so much of desires, venomous desires in me. And I am the poorest. He's using so many negative qualities, which is impossible for us to imagine that Shankaracharya will have those. Does it mean that he has written Shivanandalahari to guide all others and not him? What is it? What is making him to say, I am Daridra, I am Dina, I am the Pramukha, I am the leader of all Dinas? So, what we have to understand here is any stotra can be called stotra only when the person is inspired from within, and that inspiration which is coming out as stotra. It is not a composition. Composition means one who sits and writes it after thinking a lot, intellectually, mentally, and from the heart. They think a lot and then write it. That is Rachita. It is composed. But Shankaracharya's stotra, it has withstood the test of time and also the interest of people, where the society is changing so fast. In spite of it, still Lahari is so famous. Lahari is so famous. And many other stotras of Shankaracharya is famous. We are taking the benefit from all these stotras. How? Why? As I said, stotra can never be composed. It is the inspiration, divine inspiration, which is coming from within, that has taken the form as stotra. So, unless Shankaracharya goes into that total visualization of every word he has uttered, it would not have been possible to come up as stotra. So, if something is written for others' sake, even when he was young, during Kanakadhara Stotra, we know that incident. Because his compassionate young heart, young mind, reciprocated with that old lady, poor lady, who didn't have anything to offer. His mind started feeling sorry for her state. He became her in his mind. And he started saying, Same Shriyam Dishatu. Let that Lakshmi bless me with wealth. Why is wealth needed? Sa me, to me. Shriyam Dishatu. Let her give me the wealth. Why will the young boy need wealth when he is a brahmachari and living in Gurukula? He didn't want it. But he said, Same Shriyam Dishatu, because he had become that poor lady in his mind. So he was praying Lakshmi with deep devotion. Once he saw the shower of golden amalakas, he thanked Lakshmi and went to the next home for begging. So he didn't even touch. Same thing we also have experienced in our life. Suppose two lovers are going hand in hand on a road and they are in their own world without knowing if they come onto the road. And all of a sudden, if a car comes and one of them is overrun by that car, what will be the reaction of you who is seeing it? I show it shouldn't have happened. My goodness, how will the other person stay? They were such loving couple. Oh no, no, no. My goodness, it must be really tough. All these words will come only if one is feeling, only when one is going into the shoes of the person who is dead for death. Only when you put yourself in the position of the other person, you feel so sorry for that person. And all these words come automatically. You are not writing the words, isn't it? Automatically, as a reflex action, it's coming out, isn't it? So in the same way, Shankaracharya, from his young age, he had that capacity to feel the whole world not as my bandhu, no, one step ahead. I am all creatures. I am all people. So he was a universal person. Even in Moha Mudgara, Bhaja Govindam, when he was writing, as we think, writing is very wrong. When he saw that man, old man, struggling with the grammar thing, wasting his time on that, automatically these words came and his mind went towards all the people. He could go into the shoes of each different Jivatma who are going through the same kind of difficulty in life. So he has written that, sorry to say, he has come up with Moha Mudgara. The words have come out. So when we are studying Shivanandalahari, where he is openly saying, I am, mine, to me, for me, with me. But his nature, his stature in Brahmadhyana is way different. They are opposite. Yet he's telling these words because he is into the shoes of all Jivatmas. Just contemplate on that. Because of that, his mind is also going in those directions. And the words are just coming out, oozing out with so much of knowledge in it. And it is helping us after so many centuries. So it is his compassion. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam. See how demonstrative he is in his compositions. Shivanandalahari is just demonstrating how Shankaracharya was a universal person who used to feel one with the whole living beings. And thus his expression in his poetry, Shivanandalahari, is also as though he is feeling it. He is going through that. He has become that Daridra. So these words are felt by him. He's feeling it. And thus he is coming up with these kinds of words, expression. Upeksha no chet kim na harasit bhavad dhyana vimukham. So if we examine that, Bhavat Dhyana Vimukham, Bhavat, your Dhyana, meditating on you, or fixing my mind on you, focusing on you. Vimukha, one who is away from that. Can you believe, or can I believe, that Shankaracharya was away from meditating on Shiva? Not possible. So here we should understand the Vyapara, what he is doing with Shiva. When I go to a grocery shop, I tell the shopkeeper, give me 4 liters of oil, 10 kgs of rice. Does he think that I am the one who is going to consume all the 4 liters of oil and all the 10 kgs of rice? No. I know it, he knows it, that it is for the whole family back home. Or during Diwali, give me 1 pound box of this sweets. Give me another pound of that sweets. Give me the mixed sweets in another box. When I say this, give me, see the words which I'm using. Give me this, give me that, give me all these things. Does it mean that I'm going to eat all the sweets myself? I won't have opened the boxes at all. I'm buying all these things to gift it to different families. I'm not even touching with my tongue. But the vyapara, the business dealing between the shopkeeper and me was, give me that. And he gave me the sweets. He gave me the groceries. So we are doing it like Shankaracharya is doing to the whole universe as I am. We are doing it to the family in a small way. So if we can expand that, my family as the whole universe, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we will be following the steps of Shankaracharya because he felt it. That is why he's telling Bhavat Dhyana Vimukha. Durasha Bhuishta. Durasa. That means Durasa is the very source. Desire is the very source of karma and living in samsara. And I am filled with that. Bhuishta. I am filled with that. Naharasi. Vidhilipim. And it is he, Vidhi, who has written the destiny of me. This is how I have to live. That Vidhilipi, Naharasi, Ashakto Yadi Bhavan. And do you want to say that you are Ashakta? I am not ready to accept. Because Shiraspadvai Dhatram na khalu suvrittam Pashupate Katham va niryatnam Karanakha Mukhenaiva Lulitam. Lulitam means his face, the 5th face. Brahma, when the creation is without any kama, desire, moha, it will be pure and the creation will be benefiting to the whole universe. But when Brahma started getting that kama, he erred. And that karma led him to lose his head. because he is the creator, he has to have that nishkama karma of Srishti. So Shiva, which is consciousness, with the tip of his nails, could behead that fifth head of Brahma. So how did you do that? Even without any effort. And we all know Brahma has that strong head in him, which is creating such vidhilipi to make all the jivatmas dina, dina, dina. And he has made me the pramukha of those dinas, low creatures, poor creatures. Among them, and the pramukha. So tell me how you are showing this indifference. Virinchirdirghayurbhavatu bhavata tatparashirah chatushkam samrakshyam sakalu bhuvidainyam likhitavan vicharah ko vamam vishada kripaya pati shivate kataksha vyapara swayamapi cha deenavanaparah. Here Shankaracharya is addressing Shiva as Vishada, one who is pure, one who has love which is pouring out, broad-minded, Vishada. O Vishada, Virinchit Dirghayur Bhavatu Bhavata Tat Parashirah Chatushkam Samrakshaya. Virinchi, let that Brahma be Dirghayushi. Let him enjoy the long life. Bhavata, by your protection, let him have long life. So please take care of the other Chatushkam, 4 heads of Brahma. Samrakshaya, protect it. Sakalu bhuvi dainyam likhitavan. Isn't he the one who is writing all this vidhilipi, destiny of all dinas? Protect his 4 heads. Let him have long life. Vicharah kova mam. Is there anything for me to worry or think or question? O Vishada, kripaya pati shivate kataksha vyaparah. With lots of compassion, your glance has taken that responsibility, that vyapara, that business of protecting the Dina, me. Pati Shiva te kataksha vyaparaha swayamapicha Dinavana paraha. And that compassionate glance is highly involved itself by taking the responsibility to protect me. When it is there, when that Krupa Kataksha of yours is there on me, is there anything else for me to think, worry about this Brahma, one who writes the lipi, the destiny? Even though it is Dina Vidhi lipi, I will not bother. I will not bother. So here he's showing two things. It is the karma phala which is making, Shiva is karma phala data. It is there. And he is the controller of Brahma also. Did you get the point? Brahma, even though he is writing the destiny of all the jivatmas to be low, poor, miserable, helpless, Shiva is the controller, the consciousness. Not only that, he is also karma paladata for all the jivatmas. So there also he is controlling all the jivatmas. That means the whole manifestation is in his hands. Along with this, he is Pashupate and Vishada. With that quality, his eyes are already giving the bestowing the blessings on all dinas. When this is the truth, where is the necessity for me to worry? So, the only worry of all of us Jivatmas should be to catch on to the feet of Shiva strongly, strongly, and have that Shraddha Bhakti towards Shiva Shakti. Then all the Vidhi Lipi, the destiny which makes us go up and down in life, would seem like a swing, playing on the swing. That is the confidence Shivanandalahari is giving us. So, when we take it as individual Jivatma, even then he is very much within. When we take it as the whole cosmos, even that cosmos is also in his hands. Intellectually we know it, but bringing it into practice, that information we should live. Only then it is real Shiva Bhakti. Phalatva punyanam mai karunaya vatvai vibho prasanne viswamin bhavadamalapadaabja yugalam katham pashyeyam mam sthagayati namah sambhramajusham nilimpanam Shrenirnijakanaka Manikyamakutaihi. So, this is next level. Phaladva Punyanam. Could it be, may it be, the result of the punya which I have done all these previous janmas? It could be the punya. Mai karunaya tvai. Or maybe your compassion on me. I don't know. It could be the punya phala of me. Or it could be your compassion filled glance. the grace of you, which is making prasanne api. It could have made you pleased with me. And thus, I am able to have the darshan of you. You are giving your darshana. You are giving me your experience. You are giving me experiential knowledge that, you are Shiva. That happiness you are giving. Swamin, however, O Swamin, my Swamin, Bhavad Amala Padabja Yugalam, your pure, Amala, pure lotus feet. Katham Pashyayam Mam, how can I see? How can I have the darshana of your feet? I want to surrender at your feet. But how to see it? When Sthagayati Namah Sambramajusham Nilimpanam. When so many Nilimpa, that is all devatas, heavenly beings, are all standing in front of me with their hands above the head to prostrate to you. They all have lifted their hands up. Namah Sambramajusha, the two with so much of eagerness to see you, to surrender at your feet. They are all standing. How are they standing? With the hands up. Not only that, Shrenir Nija Kanaka Manikya Makutaihi. And they are wearing such heavy crowns on their head, which are gem-studded, and they are all so bright. So can you imagine this? Visualize this. Shiva is very, very pleased with Dina, I, the Jivatma. I am having the darshan. But I want to prostrate at your feet. I want to see your feet and pull down to that feet. Surrender. But there are so many heavenly beings. All devatas are standing in line. Shreni. There are too many devatas who are standing right in front of you. The two wearing the crowns which are so gem-studded and so bright and shining. And they have lifted their hands. How can I see standing away behind those devatas? They are all standing with so much of eagerness, enthusiasm. What a vision. But it is unfortunate that Jivatma, even though he is experiencing that Shiva is pleased with the self, Jivatma, he is not able to do the namaskara, surrender at the feet. This poem is teaching us so much, which we have to follow in our life. Phaladva punyanam mai karunaya va tvai vibho. Vibho is all pervading. When he is all pervading, why should it be difficult for me to find his feet? Feet are the safest point to hold on to get the energy and the power of Shiva. or any guru, feet are the safest because it is always oozing with grace. Not only that, having darshana of Shiva is different than surrendering to his feet is different. There is a big difference. So here what is happening, the dazzling crowns on the head of all the devatas. Two things can happen. The dazzling shiny crowns are so bright that I can't even open my eyes. Even if I open my eyes with effort, it is so bright that I'm not able to see the feet. Not only that, there are too many devatas who are eagerly standing, sthagita. They are not moving, they are standing there. So I'm not able to see your feet and come close to your feet and surrender. So even though I'm having the darshana of you, is one level bliss. But Sharanagati is totally becoming one with the feet, and there is direct connection with him when you are prostrating. That too, it is Amala Padabja Yugala of Shiva. So that is one understanding. Another thing what we have to take from this shloka is, be it gods or be it devils, if someone is standing in front of us, it is a veil. It is like, even though the knife is golden knife or the iron knife, it doesn't matter. It really hurts. In the same way, the group of devatas or group of devils, it doesn't matter. Maybe you will get attracted to see the devatas and say, wow. But even then, they are obstructing in going towards Shiva. That means what? Both punya and papa, satkarma or dushkarma, will have the reaction. We have to have the phala of that. So, nullifying, making our account zero karma is important. Be it punya or be it papa, there should be nothing. So these devatas who are coming in the form of golden, shiny, dazzling veil. Veil is a veil. Not only that, all these devatas who are considered good, beneficial, they do help us, yet they are also created in the manifested world. So even they are hungry, even they are enthusiastic, just like Jivatmas, to go towards Shiva. Amala Padabja Yugalam, the 2 feet which are pure lotus. So everyone is hungry. The whole manifestation is eager, enthusiastic to go towards that and to surrender. So the minute we go towards the worldly manifestations, naturally the mind is going away from Shiva. So even for a fraction of a second, if the mind goes towards the dazzling crown of the Devatas, our connection with Shiva is gone. Darshana is also gone. And because they're all standing there, the feet is also not possible to hang on to. Darshana is like there is current everywhere. Darshana, I'm seeing current everywhere. But can I go and catch it? I want the current in my house. Can I just have the current everywhere? No, there has to be one point, the safest point, where I can easily, safely get connected. So there is a plug point. Like that, having the darshana of Shiva is fantastic. Like the open current. But surrendering to his feet is like getting connected to the plug, the safest point. So here Shankaracharya is not satisfied just by having the darshana of Shiva. He wants to totally surrender to the feet of Shiva. त्वमेको लोकानां परमफलदो दिव्यपदवी वहन्तस्त्वन्मूलां पुनरपि भजन्ते हरिमुखाः कियद्वा दाक्षिण्यं तव शिव मदाशा च कियती कदा वा मद्रक्षां वहसि करुणा पूरितदृशा. He's going one more step ahead towards Shiva. Tvameko lokanam paramapalado. You are the only one. You are the only one who can give paramaphala. Paramaphala is what? The highest result, the sweetest result, the happiest result. Paramaphala. That is liberation. Moksha. Paramaphala. There is no botheration of any kind which is caused by the manifested world. So all those shackles, the confusion in the mind, in the heart, in the intellect, when all the things are taken away by the consciousness Shiva, who is giving the prajnana, the clear, pure, experiential knowledge of what consciousness is. Naturally, that is the Paramaphala, Dham, one who gives. Paramaphalado, Tvameko Lokanam. Lokanam means to all living creatures, to the whole manifestation. He is the one who gives the Paramaphala. So, Divya Padavim Vahanti Vahanta Twan Moolam Punarapi Bhajante Harimukhaha. So, in spite of having Divya Padavi means divine status like devatas. Harimukaha, Vishnu, Brahma, many other devatas. Divya Padavim, Vahantaha. They are all holding already those Divya Padavis. Yet they are all Twan Moolam Punarapi Bhajante. But again and again, they are praying, worshipping the feet. Twan Moolaha, your feet. Harimukaha, all these great devatas. You are the one, O Shiva, who is blessing all living beings. Lokanam. Paramaphalada. You are the one who gives that. Paramaphala. And according to what they deserve, you have already given them Divya Padavi to all those gods. Yet they come and prostrate at your feet again and again. Kiyadva Dakshinyam Tava Shiva. And your Dakshinya, your compassion, your grace, liberty, whatever you are having, that goodness, auspiciousness, it is limitless. That Dakshinya is limitless. Kiyadva. So your compassion is so limitless. In the same way, Madasha cha kiyati. Even my desires are limitless. See how beautiful it is, and it is the truth. Because Shiva is Bole Baba. Bindu Tarpana Santushta. One who is happy with whatever little we offer. He is happy and he blesses. Shiva and Karunamai. So at every step, he is compassionately blessing that devotee like me, who is having lots and lots of limitless desires. Each desire is fulfilled by you, by your compassion. And my desires are also limitless. So this vyapara is going on and on and on. And my desires are also growing, growing, growing. As you are showing your compassion on me so much. So where is the end for me to come out of the samsara? Even in Shastra it says, when the puja is done with limited passion or involvement or anything, Shiva gives them lots of prosperity. When the worship is done with whole heart, he takes away all the prosperity and he blesses them with Paramaphala, which is moksha. So right now in this shloka, Shankaracharya is saying, I am in this level now. Kyadva dakshinyam tava Shiva madashacha kiyati kadava madraksham vahasi karuna purita drusha. So when will you protect me? Through your kripa drishti, to give me real moksha, paramaphala. In the beginning itself, I have told you that you are paramaphalada. You are the one who gives the paramaphala. When will you give that paramaphala? By protecting me from not having desire after desire, desire after desire. So don't show me the desire of fulfilling the worldly desires. I am done with it. I want that Paramapala. Kadava Madraksham Vahasi. When will you take the responsibility of protecting me? I want to come out of. So when will you show me that? Paramaphala is moksha. Divya Padavi is still within the manifested world. So Hari, Brahma, Vishnu, they all know Divya Padavi is not what we want. We want to have that Tvanmula, that is your feet. That means they want to be one with Shiva. One with Shiva. That too by surrendering. See, Tvameko Lokanam Paramaphaladar, and then Punarapi Bhajante Hari Mukhaha. That is very important. Shiva lives in Kailash as it is his abode. Whereas Vishnu, Brahma, they all have their own lokas, heavenly lokas, where all pleasures are there. There is no sorrow at all. There is bliss. Everything is there. Comfort, pleasure, everything is there in that heaven. Yet they come to Kailasa, where Shiva is living on that cold mountain, Himalayan mountain. And it is not conducive for all pleasures and other things. Yet they are eagerly coming again and again to prostrate at Shiva's feet. Means what? More than heaven, there is so much of bliss altogether of different dimension in Kailasa, where Shiva lives. So they keep coming again and again. Kailasa. Isn't it true even in our life itself? We are all in such comfortable zone of our own houses. We have the heat, cold, light all the time, water all the time, nice beds, food, whatever we want, we can prepare. Leaving all these comforts, why do we eagerly see, I want to go to Kailash, I want to go to Kailash. But in Kailash, it is nothing but, I don't mind saying, physical torture if you are going parikrama by walk, because there is no comfort at all. Yet we all eagerly look forward to go to Kailash. Why? The bliss which is oozing not only from Shiva, even at the abode of Shiva, Kailasa, that bliss is oozing, and it is of totally different kind. So everyone wants to go there. So that is the beauty of Shiva. He attracts to Kailasa. Kailasa is the place of celebration. There's nothing but celebration. And Karuna Purita Drusha, that glance of Shiva, if it is there, it gives the Purna Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Atma Jnana. And nothing else would be needed once we have that Kripa Drishti of Shiva. Durasha bhuyishthe duradhipat grihadvar ghatake durante samsare duritanilaye dukkha janake madayasam kim navyapanayasi kasyopakritaye vadeyam pritischet tava shiva kritartha khalu vayam. Durasha bhuishthe duradhipa grihat vara ghatake. Having filled with durasa, the desires which are venomous, which is poisonous, evil desires, having that. Duradhipa means the masters of evil. The mind, the whole being is evil. And they are masters of evil. And going and standing at the gate of those houses of those masters. I'm going there. Duradhipa grihat vara ghatake. I'm going at the gates of those evil masters' houses because of durasha bhuishta. Because I am filled with desires which are also evil in its characteristic. Durante samsare, and I am getting into the whirlpool of samsara, treacherous life. Durita nilaye, and it has become Durita nilaya, the house of all miseries. Dukkha janake, and also it is causing so much of sorrow. One after another, sorrow is keep coming. Madayasam kimna vyapanayasi kasyopakritaye. Madayasam, my ayasa, I'm dead tired. Will you not take away? Vyapanayasi, will you not wipe off? Vyapanayasi, those tiredness, unbearable pain. Mat ayasam kim na vyapanayasi kasyopakritaye. For whose benefit you are making me go through this? Vadeyam, please tell me. Pritischetava, and for whose benefit you are showing this love towards? Shiva kritartha khalu vayam. If you tell us that I am satisfied, kritartha, I feel my life is fulfilled. So on the outset, we won't understand the meaning of it. Because I am filled with so much of desires which are going against the flow towards Shiva, I am getting abstracted in each and every step. And I am trying to solve the problems, take away the abstraction. Because of that, I am becoming dead tired, ayasa. And not only that, because I am moving in that direction, opposite direction, the tides are also too strong. It is making me get stuck. at every level and making me go down more deeper and deeper into samsara, which is causing so much of sorrow and the life which is filled with miseries. Here, don't think I am in all the comforts and pleasures. As of now, I don't feel anything is going wrong with my life. I am happy. Till today, till this moment, I am leading happy life. That we are comparing, we are saying that sentence, comparing ourselves within the humanity or the human beings who are around us. We are comparing ourselves with the same co-passengers like us. So you feel better than them and say, I am happy. But when we see it holistically, having the bliss of Shiva is of nothing but bliss. Nothing but bliss. So when we attain to that level, we realize the Jivatma is going through, no doubt, too much of miseries. We are not comparing with that because we have not having the focus to get into that bliss, Shivananda. We haven't tried to go to that. Once we taste that Shivananda, we want to swim in that direction. And once we go to that Shivananda, and when we look down, all the Jivatmas, let him be king or sannyasi or in the greatest country or the richness, everything will fall down. So here, Durasha Bhuishtha. Why is that Jivatmas, all the Jivatmas are said to leading the treacherous life? It has started from the desire. And when compared to that Shivananda, all these things are nothing but desires which are venomous. And to get the help, we go to the house of the powerful people, rich people, or one who has the status in the society. We run behind them. And they will only make, because they are the masters of evil, they do their evil job through themselves or through the other people. Yet we believe in them and go to their house and stand at the gate, begging for their help. So that will only lead to dukkha janaka. It is sorrowful. Sorrowful. Madayasam kim na vyapanayasi. And for what reason, Shiva, you are not taking away the tiredness from me, that misery from me? Kasya upakritaye, to whose benefit? That is one meaning. Kasya. Ka here it means the bijakshara of Brahma. Brahmasya. Instead of saying that, Shankaracharya is showing his poetic excellence. Kasya. It can mean whose. Another meaning, when we take that ka as bijakshara of Brahma, kasya, Brahmas, upakritya, to help him. Are you showing that love towards him? And because of that, you are not wiping away the destiny which he has written on me to help him. Are you doing that? You are not wiping it out. So means what? Brahma, very strongly, he has written the destiny which is miserable. If Shiva wipes it off, it is difficult for Brahma. Isn't it? If Shiva takes it off, Brahma has to rewrite again and again to that many Jivatmas. So to help him, you are not doing anything. You are not wiping off that. What is it? What is making you? Please tell. Even if you tell that you are, yes, I am helping Brahma by not wiping it. I feel I am Kritartha. Because if you are showing your karuna, compassion and friendliness, preeti, towards that Brahma who is writing that Dina Brahmalipi, such destiny on all the Jivatmas, if you are showing compassion on him, I can be sure that you will be showing your compassion on me too. Because in front of that Brahma, I am not that troublesome as Brahma is. So tell me, is it to help him that you are not wiping away that misery from me? Even if so, you are compassionate. So you will take care of me. I resign from thinking further. So today I would like to highlight that two things we are understanding from these shlokas. We have to go in the path of Shankaracharya, who is feeling one with the whole universe, and thus he is putting himself, he is feeling, experiencing the whole creatures, manifested creatures, as his own self. So there is a chance for us to expand. And secondly, Shiva, whatever be the outer surface scene could be, but behind that, Shiva is always taking care of all the creatures, being Pashupati, through his grace and Krupa Drishti. So if we have these two constantly running in our mind, slowly we have to start living it. Contemplating on Shiva and these shlokas will certainly help us to grow. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om.
Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om.